that will be a disaster because if the main economic workforce is sick, which is actually the poor, then we will have a problem because they don't have uh, health maintenance organization or HMO cards. They don't have savings.
Metro Manila, which is the epicenter of the COVID-19 infections in the country, is one of the most densely populated cities in the world. More than 5 million people here are either living in the slums or are homeless, according to government data.
First, we need to recognize them. We need to accept them for who they are, understand their difficulties in life, so that we would know what they really want. To attain those matters, we need to converse with them, like going into deep dialogue with them, to educate them about our Lord and about life. To make that happen, they need to be provided with proper educational equipment that would set them up for a bright future. We should help the poor and the vulnerable, not only because we want our economy to rise, but because they are our brothers and sisters, and no one gets left behind.
On inspirational talks or action campaigns, you may often hear people saying, "Be the voice for the voiceless." By means of voiceless, people pertain to those living in the poverty line. Personally, I do not believe that, because I know we all have our voices. We should end the concept of inferiority and superiority between statuses. It is not the matter of mayaman at mahirap. We all have the privilege to speak up what we want to say and what we need to say. It is just not all of us are given the opportunity to do so. So, what do we need to do? As citizens who have the great power to voice out our opinions and insights, we should help those people whose voices are barely being heard, or those whose voices are even being silenced. People living in poverty are hardly speaking up because of the fear of being ignored and unconsidered. We should quit the thinking that one's perspective should be greater than the other just because of status difference. Some of us may live a different life from them, but we all practice and we all enjoy the same and equal rights and privileges as a person.
We are always taught that any amount of help, even if it's small or large, can still make a significant impact in someone's life. This is a more individual idea to help a more collective goal. In this case, it's helping the impoverished and those who have been afflicted by not having enough money to survive or sustain themselves and their family. Though, for the average citizen, even we feel like we aren't doing enough when it comes to this situation. The next best thing we can do, however, is to simply have knowledge of this topic, pass it on, and bring it up, hopefully to someone with this kind of power and influence, with the wealth to make a significant difference in certain areas, or with the influence to help spread the word even further, a voice magnified that we can't achieve on our own.
Lastly, get involved. No matter how cliche this sounds, I cannot stress it enough how important it is for us to get in touch to what is happening around the world. Let us work hand in hand in order for us to alleviate the poverty that millions of Filipinos are experiencing right now. Get involved through immersion trips, through donation drives, through fundraising events, or through becoming an ambassador or a volunteer. The Catholic social teaching of option for the poor and the vulnerable means that God is encouraging us to lend a hand to the least rich and the marginalized people. Do not just stand by. Instead, start getting involved now.